Hi everybody! So today's video is going to be talking all about how to take care of blonde hair. And if you're watching this video and you don't have blonde hair, I encourage you to keep watching this video because a lot of things that I'm going to mention are going to be also talking about, how to take care of your hair in general, because a lot of the things that I mention, how to take care of blonde hair, you can also use on your own hair to help keep it healthy as well. But first I want to start out by mentioning, how long I've had blonde hair, what I use, things like that. So this month, September, marks the 1 year I have been dyeing my hair blonde. And by what I mean by dyeing my hair blonde, I mean by box dyeing my hair blonde. So I have been box dyeing my hair this color blonde for 1 year now. And the box dye that I use is the Revlon Beautiful Color Silk in the shade 03, which is an ultralight sun blonde. I mention it in a few of my other videos, and I'm going to have links beyond links of other videos about my hair that I'm going to be putting down in the description box as well. So that is the dye that I use, and I dye my hair every 4 to 6 weeks. Sometimes I wait 8 weeks, but usually it's 4 to 6 weeks is when I touch up my roots and all that good stuff. And how I dye my hair is I only do the roots. I never do the whole head when I do touch up my roots. I just do the roots and then about maybe half an inch down when I do dye my hair. And I just go in sections, like I start here, and then I do the sides, and then I do the back, and then I do this area and around the head as well. I'm just going to be talking about the do's and the don'ts of dyeing your hair, like what's good for it and what's not good for it. When you do dye your hair, it is something that you do have to keep up with and something that you do have to do to keep it healthy. It's very, very important to keep your hair healthy if you're going to be dyeing your hair, because if you're dyeing your hair every 4 to 6 weeks or what have you, you're definitely taking a toll on your hair. You are damaging it because you are putting chemicals in your hair that your hair isn't used to and doesn't necessarily like. So definitely the do's of dyeing your hair is you do want to wait about 4 to 8 weeks in between dyeing your hair as far as roots go. Unless you're dyeing your whole head for the first time, only do the roots. Definitely do not overlap the color and do your whole head. That can definitely cause major breakage and damage. It's not something that you want to do. Only do the roots of your hair. If you wait about 8 weeks, your hair grows about maybe a 1/4 of an inch or a couple centimeters a month. I'm not really sure. But around 8 weeks, you should have 1 inch of regrowth, which, that would be a good time to touch up your roots. If you are dyeing your hair and touching up your roots, make sure that you wait 2 days. Make sure it's like 2-day-old hair before you dye your hair. I know I used to wait 1 day, and someone commented on one of my videos and said that it'll really help the brassy tones and yellow tones for blonde hair if you wait 2-day hair. So the more greasy it is, the more of a platinum color that you will get. So wait, 1 to 2-day-old hair to touch up your roots and dye your hair just so that you get a good color. Not just for blondes, but for everybody. Make sure that you do deep condition your hair at least once a week. Maybe 2 times a week if you have time to do so. Deep conditioning is so important, especially for blondes or any hair color for that matter. You really want to deep condition your hair and make sure that you're giving moisture to your hair, because after you put chemicals in your hair is quite damaged and you don't want it to get even worse. So you just want moisture in your hair to keep it healthy. You don't want to over deep condition because that can just mess with the natural oils of your hair. So only 1 to 2 times a week is what I would recommend. The thing that I want to add to the do's is always use a heat protectant spray. It doesn't matter what brand, as long as it's a heat protectant spray. I use this one by Tresemme, the Platinum Strength. It's just a spray. I just take it, spray it on my ends, rub it in like this, wait for it to dry, then straighten my hair. It's really good to heat protect your hair as much as possible. And a lot of people say this, do get regular hair trims if you need it. Usually they say 4 to 6 weeks to go get your hair trimmed just to cut off all the dead ends. My last haircut was August 7th, so I haven't had a haircut till then. And it's just really good to go get the dead ends off and make your hair look really healthy, so you're not walking around with frizz balls everywhere in your hair. So regular trims are a good thing to do. A lot of people are against them because they say it doesn't make your hair grow. I don't really know what side I am on that myth, but I like to get regular trims. I don't like to, but I like it for my hair. I don't like it on me because it makes my hair look super short, but regular trims are a good thing. When you get out of the shower and you go to brush your wet hair, usually people would go for a paddle brush like this, but this is not the best thing to do when your hair is wet. I would recommend using a wide tooth comb like this one right here. I got this at Dollar General. It came in a pack of 2, and I got these for about $1. A wide tooth comb will help glide through your hair easily when it's wet, and it won't pull and damage your ends and split them, because the number one thing with hair is it's inevitable, but ends do split. So when your hair is wet, it's best to brush it through with a wide tooth comb. A lot of people use a wide tooth comb all the time, which is perfectly fine, but definitely a wide tooth comb is perfect for when you're wet because it is wide enough and it gets all the hair through and helps glide it. That's a really important thing to do when your hair is wet. When your hair is dry, go for the paddle brush if that's what you want to do. And also a really big thing that someone told me about, and I've never done this before, so I went out and bought some because they said it was a lot better. When you do dye your hair, touch up your roots, use hair dye brushes like these right here. I got these pack of 3 from Amazon for about $3. They work excellent. They're perfect for getting, you know, in the little nooks and crannies like that. It helps spread the color evenly, because you know, I used to dye my hair and have the gloves, and I used to separate my hair with the gloves on, and I would be getting hair dye in places that I didn't need it. So the hair dye brushes really do help keep the gloves clean, so you can separate your hair with clean gloves, and these really help get precise, you know, where you want it in your hair, so you can spread the color out evenly and it looks nice, and you're not putting hair dye where it's not needed. So hair dye brushes are another good thing when you do dye your hair. And now for the don'ts of dyeing your hair. And there are a few things that you don't want to do when dyeing your hair. There's just things that you want to stay away from. For instance, don't dye your hair too often. A lot of people, they would dye their hair every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks or whatever. And for colors like red, because red doesn't really stick well to the follicles of your hair. I've had red hair before and I would have to dye my hair every 2 weeks. So red, I mean, I can understand that, but if like you're going, like if you have black hair, brown hair, blonde hair, anything along those lines, it's not necessary to dye your hair that often. Wait 4 to 8 weeks. Roots, like regrowth really bothers me. I don't like when I see regrowth coming in. Regrowth, sorry for that weird word. I don't like when I see regrowth coming in, but you know what? It's so much healthier for your hair to just leave it alone. Let it have a 2-month breathing period before you put chemicals back on it. Don't dye it too often. That's just not good for it. Another thing is try not to use heat on your hair every day. I remember when I was in high school, I would straighten my hair every single day, and I wasn't dyeing my hair at the time, but I definitely saw a toll. My ends would split and look all scraggly at the bottoms, which was not cute. And when I graduated, I barely ever use heat on my hair. Even sometimes when I film, I don't ever straighten my hair. The only time I straighten my hair is, you know, if it's like a special occasion or I'm going out for long periods of time and I want straight hair. That's when I'll do it. Don't blow dry your hair. Like if you take a shower and get out and you're not doing anything, just let your hair air dry. There's no reason to use a hair dryer every single time. The last don't for your hair is don't wash your hair every time you take a shower. Your natural oils will help your hair moisturize itself because you do have natural oils from your hair. So, you know, every time you wash your hair when you take a shower, you're actually taking away those natural oils and it can actually dry out your hair. So it's really important not to, you know, wash your hair every time you take a shower. I usually wash my hair maybe every other time or every 2 times depending on how dirty it is. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. I've had a few of you come to me and ask me for help with your blonde hair. So instead of answering all of you, I thought I would just make one big video so you all can see it, so you know how I take care of mine and how I would recommend taking care of blonde hair as well. Like I said, I'm putting all links below. I'm putting my hair care routine below. My favorite hair care products will be below. This shampoo review will be below, and how I dye my hair will also be below. So make sure to go check out all of those videos if you have any more, you know, questions or are curious about anything else. And if you have a question for me that I didn't answer in this video or in any of the other ones, go ahead and leave it below and I will get back to you. Like I said, I always answer everybody. If this video did help you, please give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it.
Okay everyone, now it's time to announce BreeAnn's beautiful Barbies of the day. Amanda Cable at Awkward Moments 01, and I believe it's Erica on Instagram. Thank you so much, you guys.